Well, I did made art pretty much all my life, but I didn't really pursue anything or enjoy it until grade 12. Um, when I started to really see the value of art, and especially like at a young age, when you're kind of like in like taking so much in life and like just this everyday stress. But art really for me is like even now, it's an opportunity for people to kind of use it as a tool for understanding and processing information. And as an educator, I definitely am trying to kind of show that perspective of art, that it's not just creating it to sell, not just creating something pretty, but you can also add concepts. You can also use it for yourself, for like self-care, and I see the value in like art therapy for that reason, and yeah, and just like using it as a reflexive tool. Yeah, yeah, totally. When I see art, it really is like when you see artists come in. I guess it's similar to seeing like an exhibition for the first time, and like new artists. There's like so many students who come in with a bunch of like potential and just like beyond what I could imagine at that age. But it definitely pushes me to try to pursue what I can, like just maximize what I can do at the time. Um, yeah, and it's really inspirational, just like seeing the exploration of like materials, exploration of concepts, and it's just a reminder that I need to continue creating as well, and that's how you develop as an artist. Yeah, Hurricanes and Rainbows. This one came because it really started when I think it was one summer, there was like a storm, and I saw like, there was like a huge shower of rain and just like storm clouds, but in the distance, like, I don't know, it looked very, like, very magical. Maybe that's the best way to put it. But there was like a little pocket in the sky of like just light, and I guess the mist from the storm blew over into the light, and there was like a rainbow. And that's when I thought like a storm and a rainbow. Like one thing is like it looks so like aggressive and chaotic. I'm not the biggest fan of rain, like just getting wet. So I think for that, it was just like this feeling of discomfort, but also just symbolically and metaphorically, it just felt like the storm or like the rain represented kind of chaos in my life or in people's lives. And the rainbow and the sunlight that was shining through represented, yeah, just like the beauty, the peace that I felt with that. And it was just so, it was so kind of like salient, and it showed through the darkness that I really liked that kind of feeling. So in this work, it pretty much is that. I wanted to kind of capture that feeling of kind of like chaos and also this nice, yeah, just like some type of calmness in the work. This one, it's like, yeah, it's like a turquoise and like a coral kind of color. I chose those because those two colors to me, it vibrated, and I liked that kind of, I guess like unconventional kind of feeling of like like instead of a harmonious kind of color palette, I wanted something that would clash a little bit more. I don't see clashing like art, I guess, color palettes too often, but I think just using, I think I used 3 colors in this one. There is a blue as well that just helped kind of tie everything together, but mostly it's just that kind of like vibrating feeling that I wanted to kind of give that chaotic feel. But when you get closer, a little bit of like that, the vibration kind of goes away when you are able to kind of see the details and focus on those. But the idea of this one was I wanted a color palette that would kind of have people look at it, but not for too long. But if you really want to examine it further, you really have to like push through that chaos or push through that kind of discomfort to actually see what's going on in the painting. So that's what I was kind of going for with this one. And yeah, I think the color palette worked for that one. The people, I I just kept in mind like kind of this feeling of like an SOS, kind of like save ourselves. So people are raising their hands, they're trying to get help. I think in a storm or even in like rough waters, these people, I kind of want to represent kind of like sinking or staying afloat in a ocean. The idea for this one, I think, for the posture is just, yeah, just to being, it's like a cry for help almost, that you can't really save yourself when you're in the middle of the ocean. Like you need something like a boat or something, a plane. You need something to carry you out and break through that chaos. So this one really does represent just it, I guess, like a time and place for someone who might feel kind of stuck, and just having that help from someone or some type of knowledge that can take them out of that place of feeling drowned. The rainbow, I didn't quite want like the Roy G. Biv kind of like rainbow, but I wanted to represent it in like how the giant hand kind of pulls up the water and it creates that arc. So that represents the rainbow. It's not quite like this like gentle one, but it is kind of creating an arc of like protection over the people. But it also can represent kind of like destruction as well, because the water is still water over the people. Like if it falls, what happens? So it's just creating that kind of that yeah, that tension in the artwork. So I I think this work, I didn't quite want it to be like there's like good and then there's like bad outcomes. This one really is just like I want to show that you can't really predict what will happen. The rainbow here, it is like a symbol of kind of like hope, but also possibility that it can be destructive as well. But it is, yeah, the posture of the people really, it is like a cry for help. And the rainbow it is a symbol, I would say, mostly of hope. This one, I don't know what I want people to see. I guess I do want people to, I hope, just because I want them to look, I just have hope for that people will kind of look past the color palette, like you said, that I hope that the clashing colors will maybe generate like curiosity of why I've chosen that color palette. I think it is something that I hope for everyone, that they will be able to kind of look past the discomfort and actually examine all the elements in the work. There is quite a lot of symbols in there that I would like for people to just look into. And I hope that it kind of connects with some people. I think my biggest thing about like artwork is like when people see it is that it does affect them somehow. So whatever, if somebody is going through like some type of hardship today, when they do see it for the first time, I'm just hoping that they will, yeah, see some kind of relationship that like there's a community, there's not community, but like there's a group of people, there's many people who are going through this as well, and we all are hoping for some type of change, and that in this time of, yeah, these kind of like helpless people, that there are people that can like drag you out of that.